So welcome back to my happiness tips, my weekly piece to inspire and to hopefully help you get happier in your life. Today we're going to talk about being happy in difficult times. And as a friend once said to me, it's easy to be happy on vacation. You're de-stressed, your family is all happy, you're doing things you love, there's no pressure, there's no deadlines. It's easy to be happy on vacation. However, it can be a lot more challenging to be happy in our day-to-day lives. So today I'm going to talk about two different stories. The first story is my friend Roseanne. And this happened actually before I ever started thinking about teaching and coaching on happiness. I was at her home and I remember saying to her, it was like a couple of girlfriends having a glass of wine, just a very pleasant experience. But I remember saying to her, wow, Roseanne, you have had a tough year. And she looked at me and she said, well, how so? I said, well, your husband got diagnosed with cancer and you lost your father. And she kind of paused and thought about it. And then she looked at me and she said, Janice, it wasn't a bad year. If I was going to have a cancer for my husband, I would pray that it was a curable one, and it was. So he did go through treatments and he did go through that experience, but it was a curable cancer. The second is my father, yes, he passed this last year, but I was able to go spend some wonderful times with him. And those memories are completely and most adorably remembered, that I have some really special times with him. So no, it wasn't such a bad year. And I remember being so struck. Like, wow, these two tragedies, if you would put them in that form, how different she responded to them. And she is a very up and positive person. So she said, no, Janice, I feel very blessed. That those two experiences, I feel very blessed through both of them. I thought, wow, that's the difference for people who are happy, who are positive, and that they get through the really difficult times in a much different way. So that's my friend Roseanne. My friend Ellen was diagnosed with a brain tumor. Now I'm going to stop because people have sort of like a gut-wrenching feeling. And she's fine. She's living on the planet. She got through this. So I'm going to start with that because I don't want you to be anxious about this story. What was very different with Ellen is that she chose to go through this experience very differently. And her tumor was benign, but it was large. So the doctors basically said you have 6 months and you have to get it out of your head or it will kill you. So she was very diligent about finding the right procedure. It took her several months, and what she did, which is amazing, when she went to LA for her surgery to take the brain tumor out of her brain, she had 21 people who went with her. I don't even know if I have 21 friends who would buy a plane ticket and come hang with me for a weekend, because basically everybody went on Friday. They had a Disneyland celebration on Saturday, and her surgery was going to be that Monday. And I remember thinking how remarkable that is, that for her, she chose to celebrate, to bring her best and closest people together. And it just, again, it just made me pause to think about that. And because of those stories, it also made me realize that when you are positive, upbeat, happier, you get through things very differently. Because what I tell people is, I don't want you to change your life. I want you to change the way you experience your life. And these two stories are really, talking to that. So that is the happiness tip this week, is that being upbeat, being more positive, being happy changes the way you experience difficult times. And I hope that you will think about that, not because I hope you're going through difficult times, but rather how empowered you are when you go through those times. So thank you again for joining me. I hope that this has been useful, inspiring, helpful, and if you're watching this on Facebook, I hope that you'll comment or like it or repost it to your friends. And I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks again.